But always remember to do these things.
And the Holy Apostle, the other thing that I was on my mind, that if this meeting was to call, that how we should attack these, these people that are throwing like knobs and throwing all this things.
Hypocrites. Just say hypocrites. You could attack hypocrites.
That's what I was I think, because, it looks like some of them don't know whether they should write or not or do. I was going to tell them that's what we're supposed to do, not so try to
it's your duty, all right, enough, as I said, all the ministers, not to wait until the enemy have burnt the house down, and then they all decide to carry a pail of water and not throw on the ashes. That is no good. Go carry the pail of water while the flame is there. Maybe you could save some part of the house. Yeah, just a moment, brothers. Now, here I would like to say in this, that the hypocrite is going to continue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're going to have more hypocrites.
Right.
Maybe if I call this meeting 2 months from now, maybe one of them is gone. Right in this meeting now. I'm not prophesying. I hope it don't come true. I hope that I'll have more. But I'm just saying, we are living in a time that a hypocrite may spring up overnight. Right in your house. Right among the brethren. You didn't know that he would change so quickly. And he don't have no excuse. He can't tell you a good excuse. He can't give one. All the things he say, he don't like this and he don't like that. It's just Allah making it manifest to you and me that he's no good among us. And you have it there in the Bible like this. It says, I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. And the branch that branches off from me, the true vine, if it bear not fruit, then my Father or the husbandman, he will prune it for me. He take away that branch that won't produce. Well, he was making a parable of himself in God, that he was the true shepherd of God, and his followers that follow him is true. But those weak ones, they are like a weak vine having a sprout coming out from the vine that will wither. And the pruner comes and prunes it up to keep the vine going alive. Well, that's the way he was given to you, that he and his followers are. The weak one, Allah will weed him out from among you. See? And he's doing that. He's weeding them out. I didn't know they was there, but he knows. And you may find, wait a minute, I think I have this somewhere in my pocket. You may find actually the works of Malcolm and book on the life of Muhammad. The author is not new, Irvin, Washington Irvin. Washington Irvin. I did have the page. Just a moment. I think I might can find you the page that you may be directed. I direct you to the page. Washington Irvin. It reads something like this. trying to find the page here. I read it years ago. The book was it's entitled Mohammed, M-O-H-O-M-E-T, Muhammad. Yeah, Mohammed. And it was written in 1893. And it goes something like this. So far from sheathing the sword, we find it shortly afterwards employed in an important service. This was against the false prophet Moselemah, who, encouraged by the empathy with which during the illness of Muhammad he had been suffering to propagate his doctrine, had increased greatly the number of his followers and adherents, and held a kind of regal and sacerdotal sway over the important city and fertilized provinces of Yemen between the Red Sea and the Gulf of Persia. It goes on to say, relate, that he and his followers came in combat with the followers of Muhammad, and that he was slain in battle by an Ethiopian, that his followers were soon afterward brought into the fold of Islam under Muhammad. This is a copy of that which you will find in that. Now, you never read where Muhammad was sick, have you? No. But that is, everything of the life of a messenger is written in some book. And the Holy Quran says there is nothing telling Muhammad, there is nothing in your life that is not written in a book. This man you will find that he, while Muhammad was sick, and he was exercising complete authorities over Muhammad's followers, then he swayed them, in his own orbit and against Muhammad, and then he went out to fight Muhammad and his followers, but was, conquered. And his followers turned back and come back to Muhammad, while the book say the leader was slain. Now, you have seen little things going, since Malcolm deviated, he went out and armed his followers, right? And I never have taught you to arm, and you were most successful without arm and those with arm, right? Not even Martin Luther was too wise to tell his followers to arm themselves, because he knows the devil would kill them. Because the devil have all the arms. You've got to have a lot of arms to make a stand against him. Because if you outshoot him with rifles in this neighborhood, he'll go rope it off. He'll go and isolate this neighborhood. Then he'll get in his plane and come over and drop a little bomb on you. Understand? Or he'll sit out there and take one of his field pieces and throw some shells over here. Right? You can't do nothing. You can't throw them back at him. Or he'll come and just strafe you, with machine gun fire. Go up and down the street with his, with his plane just sliding low. You don't have one. Just strafe you all up and down the street. The hell are you to come out, and then after a while you cry out for some food. He's the only one selling you food. You don't have no food stored away. Now how in the world you gonna fight up people like that? When they feed, you got to eat their food. You got to wear their clothes. You got to, stay under their shelter. How can you fight them with their arms? You're going to be the loser. You're going to have your people slaughtered. That's the thing. I know these things in advance. He could just starve you to death. Just go and patrol your area and won't allow you to come out and nobody to go in. You can't get no help. You can't jump up and fly out of it. You don't have wings to fly. Now, how you going to get help? You said, well, my people across the water coming. They can't do it because they don't have an Air Force. Africa don't have no great Air Force or nothing like that to come here and aid you. They don't have no fleet, no Navy to come here and bombard the shores of the United States. No, they can't help you. He's over there trying to get them to help. But you see, they might could help you a little by uniting against America's brutality against you by telling her in the UN now you call yourself the chief nation for peace, and you now have this poor brother of ours here. You just killing him day and night. They could probably ease up a little clubbing of you and me, but that yet, if America didn't want to do that, they can't fight them. America could whip Africa with all of her mechanized, armies. Why, they could roll over just like that, because Africa don't have that kind of, artillery to fight Americans in Europe. That's why they rule them. They got nothing to fight with. And you don't see no African ships backing up in the ports of America, do you? They don't have anything, brother. They slaves under the Western powers themselves. Egypt have some. But now she don't have no navy to come here to try to attack this devil's navy. No. You would never get, they would never get in sight. They'd be going to the bottom of where they get in sight. She don't have no Air Force strong enough to even start across the Atlantic to fight this devil. No. They knock them out before they ever can get here. This old devil is about the strongest thing on the earth when it comes to actually, arms. He have built up a force of arms, brother, that is not equal here in Russia. So you can't fight him with that. Don't depend on fighting him with that. Find the other way. Get Allah who knows how to fight without artillery of his make. Now, he told me he will leave him to him. He's happy to destroy him. He said he hasn't got anything to destroy. He said take him in one day. He don't have nothing. He said we know what he have. I told him about the poison gas when they get to it. He said, we know all about that. He said, we cut a corridor in the air lane. He says, poison gas can't cross it. He said, we know how to sell. He said, we know how to stop this devil. And he told me, he said, we've been preparing for him for 60 years. He said, we're ready, brother. And the devil knows that. And there is ex-general in Pakistan, he told me the same thing. He said, we've been preparing for this devil for 60 years, 70 now. He said, now we are ready. He said, we just have to get back and make room here for you all. He said, because we're ready. He said, he's no good. He said, the only way out is just to kill him. Well, these scientists knows these things. And that's why you hear me boast so. I know it. I know when Allah let loose the forces of nature against him, he got no defense. He can't fight that. I don't care if you have a stack of bombs, tonnage bombs, hydrogen bomb as high as Mount Everest. It wouldn't help him against that. He just have them there. No, it couldn't help him at all. So that's what Allah going to fight him. There are 7 scientists to destroy you. And each one have, to operate a certain force of nature against him. And the Savior told me, he is not enough for one of them. They like a mouse sitting among 7 hungry cats. He said, and the mouse is not enough to fill one cat's belly. brother, when, except for an instant now, if you had the power out there right now over the sun, it's going down, you could increase the rays of that sun so that it bring us up.
Yes, sir.
Understand?
Yes, sir.
How could you do that? Just say, yes. Will it
Yes, sir.
cause a storm in the sun? That's what happens. A storm, they call it a storm in the sun.
Yes.
And make her throw out her heat, way out into space, brother, 100,000 miles from her own sphere.
Yes, sir.
Cause a storm. And the waves start doing just like on the ocean, just like this.
Yes, sir.
And they start jumping out into space, just like that. And they come out here near us, and burn you up. Burn you up. Yeah, that's... Oh, you said, how you going to destroy his navy? The water will kill him.
Yes, sir.
Just start the water to heave it.
Yes, sir.
Just put it to work. Draw the magnetic of the moon a little closer to it. Pull it up. Boom. And if there's submarine down there, stick it up on it. After a while, he's got no submarine. Much less a surface ship. I'm telling you what I know, brother. You don't need no gun to kill him. No? Just put the forces of nature at him that he's dependent upon for his own security. Get it? Yes, sir. You can break up all of his little navy out there like matchboxes. Just heave up some of this waves here, of this water. Just start it to working. Just keep it to working. After a while, you see it tumble up here about 60 feet.
Yes, sir.
And then let it flop down over all his little boats. They don't want to encounter 15 and 20 feet wave, brother. Much less to think over a wave up there 60 feet in the air. All of those tons of water now drop down on the bow of your ship. The bow of your ship, why, he break it right in two. There you go. If you have a submarine at the bottom, the water is boiling from the bottom, pushing up. Okay, it's bound to surface it. When it surfaces it, it slaps it. Yes, sir. You can't stay down there under. Just like an airplane can't stay in a terrific current of the air. That air up there, the wind gets so strong, she starts doing this. And starts getting your plane like that. After a while, you lose control of it. And then she's breaking up, coming on down. So the earth is well guarded with forces into your orbit and rain upon your plane pieces, like 50 pounds, 100 pounds, meteorite, and hit your plane. That's it. Be worse than bombs. Shower them like they had. You've heard, you read those. Once upon the stars fell a long time. Grandparents talk about it. They hit the ground like little, torches, and it smelled like sulfur. My grandmother told me about it. Now, actually, these pieces that I'm referring to, that the Holy Quran referring to, they're like little stars. They're little balls floating right around near into our earth surface. Waned, or rather, is about 50 feet. Some of them is 50 miles in diameter. And some of them is just about a few feet in diameter. And those 50 feet or 50 miles and 200 miles in diameter like that, why, you see, he's got a light up there for you. See, this is the only planet, or rather, these planets, Mercury, Venus, and Mars and the Earth, is the only planets that have stars around. See, we call them the sun family. They're the only one that's got the others way out of the circle. There we have about 3 or 4 out there. 4 it is, I think it is, or 5. They don't have stars around. So these, and the Holy Quran said, we have made the earth, and we have adorned this lower heaven with stars. The lower heaven is the intermediate family we call it the sun family, which is reaches out to about Mars or Jupiter. And there you have a dip in these planets, run something 500,000 or 700,000 miles between the two sections of a planet. Now, that's enough for that, and I didn't intend to get on no astronomy.
We're the same group you talked to back in February, and we say, yes, it's your program, but we don't keep it up in the papers. Like we have, like, number 9 Youngstown, which is operated by number 22. They seem to be more interested in business than they are in getting converts or getting the papers. They didn't order any papers the last time. That's in Pittsburgh. And, like, number 9 Youngstown and 17 Joliet and Lansing. These places get your name, they use it, but after they get the name, they don't do anything to keep it up. And they misrepresentation themselves by not keeping up the name. They don't put forth the effort to get converts.
Well, I think, Brother Secretary, I think they have understood now. And I don't think that they will be like that on the return. I think they have agreed with us that they will push this paper, and that the orders and everything, that is with you and them. I tell you, brothers, we must, by all means, get our order in for our paper in time. Because there is people in your city be looking for that paper. And be sure you send your order in at time if you have to borrow it from each other. But we can't send it to your own credit. We either lose too much of that. Just think over how much we was behind, $60,000 still. And think over how much that we got behind once with the Brother Alexander.
Yes, sir.
We had to pay him $10,000 for back debt. We must not carry that ugly name. Because if the papers is given to, presented to the public, they will buy. And so be sure now, let us make this agreement today, and that we're going to stand like the Rock of Gibraltar.
About one other thing too, we have like the Central Point program. We're paying out $65,000 a year for radio programs, and you're paying like in Miami, you're paying $200 a week out on radio, and they should, and according to people they have in Miami, they should get $190 for Central Point. The temples aren't even pushing at Central Point. They're doing the same thing now they're doing 2 and 3 years ago. And they don't push these charities, they don't teach charity. Like Central Point last month, we got $5,000 in the Central Point. If there's a little bit of effort being done, we should be getting over 19,000 if you have a few more radio stations. And many of us are asking you to take care of us. Instead of going out there and hustling ourselves, we want you to pay our rent, take care, feed us, clothe us, and everything, and they don't even
Yes, I most certainly have.
And we get many requests that labels want to live off you. They want to take care of their captains, ministers, secretary, lieutenant, pay their rent, their car notes, and house bills, and all the different things. And they don't even go out and get the dead to hustle and make the dead contribute to the program or teach them the purpose of doing this.
Yeah, that's where the money is at. It's in the dead. If you get him here, he will help you pay all of this. You won't have to ask for it. You could live happy if you get the fish. As Jesus said to Peter, I guess Peter was getting lazy. He said, go to the seashore and catch a fish. He says, and open his mouth, and there you will find a piece of money. He says, then take it and go and pay your tithes and mine too. Well, now, listen, there is no such thing as fishes going around out there with money in the mouth. We are the fish. We the one have the money. Let's go out there, and the lake is the people out here. The lake is full of people. Go out there and catch them, and you will find money in their pockets, and they will pay everything, get everything you want. Yes, I have many letters. I don't like to talk like that, though. I have many letters. They come to me often, asking me for help, asking me for this. And if you would help us to do this, we would like to do this, and all we need is so much and so much money. And that's coming to me all the time. And I can't help you if you don't help me. Because I don't have no help but for that what you give to me. And so we're going to see that this don't happen anymore. Have we agreed on that? Good. I hope we will now live up to it. And again, I must say that we have now our Savior's Day coming up. We must, by all means, this year, try and do all we possibly can. And if we're able,